Hey, what's going on, everybody? Bereghost here. Welcome back to another vlog. I've been occasionally trying to, do more of these. I used to do quite a bit of vlogs during the start of my channel, and I've just been so busy with, traveling and just the gaming side of things that I've kind of lost. I wouldn't say focus, but I guess kind of lost track of my vlogs. But I'd like to really start doing more vlogs to kind of just talk about, just kind of everything that maybe has been going on with the channel, or just things that's been going on over the course of the next couple weeks. First things first, my wife and I, you guys know her as Pixie Dust. We just came back from Las Vegas. We just celebrated our 15-year wedding anniversary. We had a lot of fun. We left Thursday morning, and had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a little bit of Sunday in Las Vegas. It was our first time to Vegas. We had a lot of fun. It was very overwhelming. Tons and tons of stuff to do. We went and played at a lot of different casinos, explored all the different hotels like the Venetian, the Palazzo, the Bellagio, the Luxor. Just tons of different hotels, tons of different casinos. We went and saw the Chris Angel Believe show, amazing show. He puts on a really cool magic show. Really funny guy. The amount of people that are in Vegas too, we were taking a lot of the Uber, taxi cab things, and it's kind of cool. It was our first time using Uber, and just it's crazy how cheap it is compared to a taxi cab, and just all of them were saying that it wasn't even that busy compared to a normal summer day or something like that. So, but just the amount of people that were trying to hustle you into things, or hand you stuff, or hand you business cards, or hand you nudie flyers or business cards to go to a strip club, or the floor, the ground, the sidewalks are just littered with, naked girl, posters and cards to go to their clubs, and the amount of people trying to give you their music CDs, and it was quite an experience. I do enjoy traveling a lot, but I think my enjoyment of traveling is going to places that aren't so touristy like Vegas, where you've got people trying to sell you stuff. I wouldn't mind going to places like Paris or Italy, or stuff like that, to where it's not so much where people are trying to stuff, flyers in your face every 10 feet, but more just going there to look at the culture and the food and all that. Now, while Vegas did have some cool food, we went to go eat at, I believe it was called the Carnivino. Really, really good restaurant, had some pretty good food. The dessert was to die for. Really, really cool stuff. But it was just a nice little getaway for me and my wife to get away for a couple of days, to go to Vegas, adult trip, and just go have some fun in the casinos, and just relax and not worry about anything. And it was a good getaway. It was a 15-year wedding anniversary, so it was definitely something fun to remember, is going to Vegas, I can tell you. So anyway, I sent out, for those of you who maybe don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you guys do that. It's Bereghostgames on Instagram. I send out tons and tons of pictures. Looks like there was like a spider web or something in my camera lens. But I sent out tons of videos and pictures. I do that anytime we travel, so if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do that at Bereghostgames. I always put tons of videos and tons of pictures while we're traveling on there. Second thing I wanted to talk about was Brianna, my daughter. She is now officially out of her arm sling. She can actually move. She can't move her arm probably any higher than this, so she can't physically go like this. But she is at least able to take her arm out. She actually can walk and write and stuff like that. And I wanted to personally thank you guys, for all of your support and all of your heartfelt, wishes and drawings and pictures, and just all of your really cool messages on Twitter telling Brianna to get better. It has been constant weeks of people saying to get better, and I think it's really, really, really sweet and really cool that so many people were wishing her get well. So she appreciates that. When she was laying on her couch the first couple of days and first couple of weeks in excruciating pain, I'd give her my phone and go, look at all these people, and I'd scroll through, and it was really touching to see how many people came together and wished her to, get well. So I know there's a lot of people out there constantly asking if Snapple's getting better. How is she doing? Her collarbone still looks kind of weird, compared to this side. You can still see where it was broken. But she is definitely doing better. She can rotate her arm and move it. She just can't fully move it. The doctor cleared her to go back to playing paintball again after the new year, so she still has a couple of weeks before she can go back to playing. But I'd rather her fully heal before she ends up possibly re-injuring herself again. Next thing I wanted to talk about, for those of you guys who followed me and Brianna's new series called Yummy Nummies, which are these little like kitchen cooking things. Seems like it was a pretty popular series. We bought a couple of them to test them out. Lots of people really enjoyed it, so I bought every one of them I could find. She has a lot of fun with it. I have a lot of fun with it. It's something that's like a father and daughter type thing that we can do. And I literally have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 10 or 11 of these things, on the ground, ranging from a candy bar maker to Chick's mini nuggets to candy sushi surprise to cupcake cutie maker. I mean, literally, I have tons of these things that me and Brianna are going to be making over the course of the next couple of weeks, so keep your eyes out for those. We're probably going to be doing maybe one a week to kind of spread them out. Pretzel maker, there's a party pizza thing. I mean, there's so many of these things, and they're really, really easy. Now that she's out of her sling, she'll actually be able to do the mixing and be able to participate more. I know a lot of people were like, I get people that are outside the subscriber base, and they're like, why does the dad take everything, or why does he do everything and not let her do everything? I don't think a lot of those people understood that she had a broken collarbone at the time, so they thought I was just taking everything and showing her how to do it when it wasn't the case. It's kind of hard when you're right-armed, your good arm is in a sling, and you only have one hand, so you can't even hold the container and stir it. So she did the best she could. It was frustrating for her, but she did what she could. So, next thing I wanted to talk about was paintball videos. Seems like a lot of people really enjoy the paintball videos. I'm still kind of like bouncing between different masks and different ways to mount the camera. I know a lot of people complain about the camera being on the side of my mask. No matter what side I put the mask or the camera on my mask, it is going to be blocked. I've even tried mounting it on top. But if you put it on top of your mask where the camera is like right here, the hopper is going to still block the whole thing. I get a lot of people that complain about when I shoot my left side, the hopper comes just to the side and blocks the camera and all this other stuff. I've had some people say, why don't you just mount it back to the gun? I might try that again. Some people complain that it made them sick, that they couldn't stand the bouncing around, and I'm really never going to get a happy medium with anybody as far as that goes, so I don't know what I'll do. I guess I can try my next time I play mounting it back to the gun again and see what people think. At least with the gun, the camera will be mounted on the barrel so you can actually see where the balls are shooting and maybe get a better general idea of who I'm hitting. Because a lot of paintball videos that I watch online, you never really see who they're hitting. A lot of people do some really cool editing where they'll do like a cool hit marker noise or they'll hit marker that person, but you never really physically see who they're hitting. And that's unfortunate with paintball videos. I mean, there's no way, unless you're using some super bright colored paintball and you're up close to where you can see it. But and another thing I was thinking about doing with my paintball videos is maybe commentating over them. Instead of just throwing the video raw footage up, I was thinking about maybe commentating over the paintball videos. That way I can be like, hey, yeah, right here, I run up on this guy and actually shoot him twice in the side of his head, and then I get shot and picked up by this guy over here. Maybe commentate over it. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below if you guys would prefer maybe me commentating over the paintball videos and kind of talking about what was going on during that video and kind of explain who maybe I shot. That way you guys can kind of see it from there. And kind of go with that. So like I said, I'm still bouncing with where to put cameras and stuff like that. So for right now, it's mounted on the side of my head right here. So wherever I look and whatever I'm doing, you guys are seeing it. It's just that when I shoot on the left side, the hopper still blocks the camera, but it is what it is. I also kind of generally go through the comments of my paintball videos or my gear bag video. And I've gotten a lot of people that have made comments about, like, why do you need a high-end marker? Like, there was a couple people that were like, he's got a the new GOCS1 and a TFX, which I actually have a Spire now. But people make comments like, why does he need a GOCS1 to go against rentals? Why, or all this other stuff. And I think a lot of people fail to realize that they kind of just pop into my videos, they see the gear I've got and just assume that I just jumped into paintball for the very first time, bought all the best gear, and I'm just going with it, when it's far from the case. And I know a lot of those people aren't going to watch this video. I don't think they realize that I've been playing paintball since like 1995, back when I was in high school. I played many tournaments. I had my own team. I played for a local professional team. I've had my fair share of years of playing paintball, and I had the highest end gear back then. And I was in high school back then. And gosh, back then I think minimum wage was $4.25 an hour back then. So could you imagine, every 2 weeks I'd bring home like $120 or so, give or take, and all my money went to paintball and gas to get out to the paintball field. So I literally busted my butt working to buy all of my high-end gear, just as I do now. And I think a lot of people just kind of immediately pass judgment. They see a brand new gun that just came out and they assume that he just has to have all the high-end gear, when it's really not the case. I mean, there's people out there that, every new thing that comes out, they go and buy it just because maybe they want to have the newest stuff. Me, I just like to try everything. Heck, I've gone through, 4 or 5 masks now. I think I've had the Dye I4s, I've had the HK Army KLRs, I've had the V-Force grills, I have had, or a hack, actually I have coming the Virtue Vios. I like trying different gear. If I buy a new mask or a new gun, I sell off the other one, or I'll take it to my local field and sell it to somebody, or I'll sell it to somebody locally. Sell it, and I'll use that money to buy something different. A lot of these people are thinking like, wow, he had this gun and this gun and this gun. This guy must be rich, when I can assure you, if I was rich, I wouldn't be doing YouTube. That's for sure. It has nothing to do with money. It's just the love of the sport. I mean, baseball players, they have tons of different gloves or cleats or baseball bats that they might like, or golfers, they have tons of different clubs and stuff that they use. It's really just personal preference on what they like to use in different scenarios. Me, I have had a couple different guns and I just sell them off. I'll buy it, I'll use it a couple of times and go, maybe this gun isn't for me, and I'll sell it off, and then I'll go buy another one and try that one. So when a lot of people make comments about, he has a lot of high-end gear and all he does is go against rentals, I'm not intentionally going against people that are just walking on our rentals. That's just what our local field has. And a lot of people ask, why don't you play against players with your own gear? Why don't you, play people your own size? And they attack me for it, when I show up on a Saturday just like the other 50, 60 people that show up, and I'd say a lot of them have their own gear and some of them are first-time players. So, and I also get a lot of people in the comments that say that I'm a jerk for ramping on rentals, when, well, that's kind of false, for one, since our local fields don't allow ramping. Everything is semi-automatic, so you have to actually pull the trigger every time. So it's not just clicking it and it just ramping at 12.5 balls a second. I actually have to physically pull the trigger. And two, why would you want to ramp on somebody that's brand new to the game? You want to introduce. So they don't see a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. After games, I see a lot of kids that I might have been playing against, and I'll go over there and I'll give them a couple of pods of paint, or something like that, and say, hey, if you guys, you guys enjoy playing, they're like, oh yeah, we had a lot of fun, and I'm like, well, here, I see you guys are low on paint, and I'll give them a couple of pods of paint, and I always go and talk to the younger kids, and I talk to everybody to kind of let them know about how the sport is. I'll talk to the parents and say it's a really fun sport, and I do a lot of interacting with a lot of the community and a lot of the kids and stuff, and especially if they're younger, to kind of entice them to get more into the sport and have fun with it, because a lot of them are very intimidated. I also get a lot of people that say, why does he have a high-end marker and all he does is single shot? 9 times out of 10, the reason I'm only single shotting instead of, because I see a lot of paintball videos that where kids or people in general will just unload. They're just railing on no matter who's out there. When you see me just when I'm holding the gun and I'm just single shotting, pop, 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 it's because 9 times out of 10 I'm going against probably a rental player that is new to the game, or I like to keep things fair. You know, like that rental person, he's not going to be able to throw 10 balls a second back at me, so I throw the same amount of paint back at him. Now, if you see me on certain days where all of a sudden you're seeing me starting to like really kind of cut loose a little bit more, it's because I'm probably going against more geared people or even tournament players or somebody along those lines where they're throwing just as much paint back at me. I am by far, and I never have even said that I was the best player in the world, I am a recreational player. I like to go out there with my son, I like to go out there with my daughter, and we like to go out there and have a good time. That's really all there is to it. And I document the footage, put it on YouTube, and let people enjoy it and take it for what they will. You're going to get people that are going to comment about stuff anytime about why does he need all this gear when he just plays on the weekend, or that's a lot of gear for a weekend person, or why does he need the highest end stuff to play against rentals. There's really no answer to it other than I can, and so can you. I mean, it's really personal preference. If you don't see, you know, the highest end players, you know, like football players going out there with Big 5 Sporting Goods or Dick's Sporting Goods gear. They're going out there with Nike, Under Armour, all the top of the line stuff. They eventually had to buy their stuff to get there, and it's just like me. I've done my fair share of starting with the lowest end stuff and working my way up. Since I got back into paintball, I dove into it because I already knew that I enjoyed the sport and I like it, so I went in there and bought everything that I knew that I would want. Plus, with us playing at local fields, we also, me and my kids, have lined up other events. We're not just going to play local. We have a huge event coming up in Chicago called Living Legends. It'll be our first time going, and there's going to be 1,500, 2,000 people there, you know, so it's going to be a lot of high-end and professional players, and, you know, we just really enjoy the sport, and, you know, I like to buy and sell and trade gear and try out different stuff. So even from the gear bag video, I have a lot of stuff that's different that I haven't even updated because so many people, you know, they enjoy the video, but at the same time they're like, well, why do you need this if you only play against rentals? And it's like we kind of keep beating that same thing over and over again. So at least for those of you, if, you know, for those of the people that were commenting on that, maybe watch this video, which I seriously doubt. At least now you know that if I'm single ball shooting, you'll know that I'm just going against probably some younger kids and I'm just intentionally not trying to shoot them. There's been times where I just give up and I'll just sit behind a bunker because I know there's like 2 or 3 young kids left, and I don't go running up on those kids. You know, I'll just sit back behind a bunker and I'll just let some of the other kids on my team, and I'll tell them, hey, you know, go run up on there and go shoot those kids, and they'll run up and I'll let them go play, or I'll just kind of walk off and let them play. That's just the kind of player that I am. Now, if it's an adult player or if it's a, you know, another geared player like myself, then, you know, we obviously shoot it out and try and eliminate, and then after that we go sit in the lobby and talk about how fun it was and who shot who where. You know, there's really never any confrontations or anything like that. We just, you know, we all have a good time, and I hope you guys enjoy watching the videos too. I mean, I really enjoy playing. I know my kids enjoy playing, but I just felt like I kind of needed to explain, because I get a lot of people asking, you know, why do I need the high-end gear just to play on the weekend when, well, now you guys know that I've been playing for a long time and I just wanted to get back into the sport. And instead of buying low-end gear and working my way back up again, I was finally at that point where I'm also not 15, 16 years old anymore on a, you know, on a minimum wage. I can actually go out and buy the stuff that I want to buy and go out and have a good time and not work my way back up again. So, but out of everything, I think the only thing that I keep buying is masks, just because I'm trying to find that perfect mask that fits me really well and I can breathe really well in. So that's the only thing that I keep buying and changing, and I do it on Instagram and show you guys pictures of it. So, but at any rate, guys, I think I've kind of rambled on long enough. My camera doesn't have like a timer or anything, so I really don't know how long I've been yapping, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about the series that we've got coming, you know, the series with the Yummy Nummies, our 15-year wedding anniversary trip. Brianna's getting better with her collarbone, the paintball stuff. As far as the YouTube channel goes, it's been going really well. I'll kind of wrap this up real quick, but things have been going really well. We've got a lot of really new games lined up for the FGN videos. I know a lot of people have been kind of like, where are these? Why are you playing these games? And it's like, because we're just trying to play something different. You know, we're tired of playing the same old stuff all the time, so we're looking at different games and just trying to play different things. So with that aside, just know that there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming to the channel as far as the FGN stuff goes. I'm still currently playing some stuff by myself. I know the biggest game right now that I'm struggling with is the Just Cause 3. That game is extremely like frustrating performance-wise on PC. Like it runs like dog poop, like no joke. It runs like crap on the PC, and it might just be because I've got multiple graphics cards, so it's not maybe optimized for, you know, multiple graphics cards. I don't know. Either way, I'm very tempted to just kind of postpone or just put that series off because, for one, it's extremely frustrating to play it with the lag spikes, and two, it's extremely frustrating when every single mission you try to do a mission and it's grayed out, and it's like, hey, you got to go liberate 5 more cities. So I'll spend 2 or 3 hours outside of recording liberating all these cities just to get to the next mission. I'll do the next mission or two and record it, and it's all fun. Then it's like, hey, we need you to liberate 6 more cities to do the next mission. It's just like, it's just getting obnoxious. So don't be surprised if that series randomly just stops because, like I said, I enjoy the game, but it's optimized very poorly. They have made no efforts to fix it as of yet. They said the patch will take some time. Who knows how long, but at any rate, guys, just know if that series just randomly stops, if you guys watch this, you will know why. So, at any rate, I'm going to wrap this up here. I've been rambling long enough, but like I said, I would like to start getting more into these vlogs to kind of just talk about all sorts of stuff. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope I didn't bore you too much. And we'll see you for this Friday's Q&A, since we postponed it since we were in Vegas. But we'll see you for this Friday's Q&A. Thank you for watching, and we'll hopefully see you soon for another vlog. See you guys later.